Welcome all. So now next point is resonance. For occurrence of resonance, we must have two energy storing element. Just as in RLC circuit, inductor is the energy storing element and capacitor is also an energy storing element. So for the occurrence of resonance, we must have two energy storing elements. And suppose if I just have only one energy storing element, just as in RL circuit or in RC circuit, then resonance will not occur. So for the occurrence of resonance, we must have two energy storing elements. At resonance, what happens? The magnitude of inductive impedance is same as the magnitude of capacitive impedance. These two magnitudes are always same. And our circuit has a purely resistive impedance. Very important point that at resonance, the impedance is purely resistive impedance. Basically, this L and C are exchanging energy. That means inductor is transferring energy to capacitor or capacitor may transfer energy to inductor. Then the application of resonance is that it is used to select a desired station in radio and TV receiver. And second application is it is useful for the construction of filters. Okay, let's start with first resonance. So it is nothing but series resonance. So consider series RLC circuit as shown in figure. So we are having one series RLC circuit. Inductor has an impedance j omega L, capacitor has an impedance 1 upon j omega C. Then these three are connected in series. So overall impedance is Z equal to R plus j omega L plus 1 upon j omega C. So this J is nothing but minus 1 by J. So just replace here. So 1 by J is minus J. Then you can take J common. So my impedance is Z equal to R plus J times omega L minus 1 by omega C. Now just now I told you that at resonance the circuit has a resistive impedance. So when resonance will occur, then in that case this term is 0 and Z equal to R. That means Z equal to R means the circuit has a resistive impedance and resonance has occurred. So at resonance circuit has a purely resistive impedance, that is Z equal to R, and this term is 0. So whenever this impedance, this inductive impedance, capacitive impedance, this is becoming 0, that means this complete combination, that means series combination of LC is acting as a short circuit. The LC series combination act as a short circuit because their impedance is 0. See here, omega L minus 1 by omega C is 0. That means it is acting as a short circuit. So if short circuit is there, then impedance is 0, and if open circuit is there, impedance is infinite. This is the basic. So as these terms are 0 here, omega L minus 1 by omega C, that means the impedance is 0 due to inductor and capacitor. That's why this combination is acting as a short circuit. So remember this also, at resonance LC combination act as a short circuit. Okay. So this condition will be satisfied at one particular frequency, and that frequency is nothing but the resonant frequency. So let's derive the expression for resonant frequency. So in place of omega, put here omega naught. So this becomes omega naught L minus 1 upon omega naught C equal to 0. That means omega naught L equal to 1 upon omega naught C, omega naught square equal to 1 by LC, and omega naught is under root 1 upon under root LC radian per second. So very important expression, that resonant frequency equal to 1 upon under root LC. Resonant frequency equal to 1 upon under root LC. And if I want frequency in hertz, then put omega naught as 2 pi f naught. So f naught comes out as 1 upon 2 pi under root LC. So this is the formula for resonant frequency in hertz. So remember this formula. Resonant frequency is 1 upon under root LC radian per second. Once again I will repeat. We are having one series RLC circuit. Total impedance is R plus j omega L plus 1 upon j omega C. Take J common, so it becomes R plus J times omega L minus omega 1 upon omega C. But we know that at resonance Z equal to only R, that means this term is 0. Always if you want to determine the resonant frequency, equate imaginary term with 0. So this term is 0, and this way we have derived the expression for resonant frequency. It comes out as 1 upon under root LC radian per second. Okay. So you know that Z is R plus J times omega L minus 1 by omega C. So magnitude will be, so this is A and this is B. A plus JB is there. So what is the magnitude of A plus JB? Under root A square plus B square. So R square plus omega L minus 1 by omega C whole square. This is a complete term. B is this omega L minus 1 by omega C. So its whole square will come. Now here R is fixed, L is fixed and C is also fixed. So only changing value is omega, and as my omega changes, this Z magnitude will also change. So let us try to plot a graph of Z versus omega. So if I try to plot a graph, I will get this type of shape. At one particular frequency, the magnitude of Z is minimum. At one particular frequency, the magnitude of Z is minimum, and this frequency is nothing but the resonant frequency. So at resonance, the impedance is minimum. It is not zero. It is minimum. Z equal to R is there, right? So at resonance frequency, impedance value is minimum and it is R. So at resonance, Z equal to R and its value is minimum. So this is the condition for resonance and this value is minimum. As you can see here, for all other frequencies, Z is having somehow larger value than this Z minimum. This value is greater than this value, right? So at resonant frequencies, Z is minimum value. Okay. So when omega is less than omega naught, when my operating frequency is less than omega 0, the behavior of the circuit is capacitive in nature and power factor is leading power factor. At omega less than omega 0, the circuit is capacitive in nature and power factor is leading power factor. And when omega is greater than omega 0, the behavior is inductive in nature and power factor is lagging power factor, and power factor is lagging power factor. So omega greater than omega 0, inductive nature and power factor is lagging power factor, and at omega equal to omega naught, circuit has a purely resistive impedance and power factor is unity. Okay. So why this is capacitive, why this is inductive, I will like to tell you. If I try to plot a graph of 1 upon omega L, 1 upon omega C, so its graph is like this. 1 upon omega C graph is like this. R has a graph constant. This is the graph of R. And omega L has a graph like this. So as you can see here, when omega is small value, this capacitor has a large value, this inductor has a small value, and resistance value is constant. So that's why when omega is a small value, we are having capacitive nature. And when omega value is large, this is the graph of omega L, this is the graph of R. And when omega value is large, just see here, omega is large value, that means this portion, the capacitor value is small, 1 upon omega C has a less effect, but this omega L has a large effect. That's why when omega is greater, we are having inductive nature, and when omega is small, we are having capacitive nature. And at one particular frequency, we are having minimum impedance, and that frequency is nothing but resonant frequency. Okay, thank you.